Hey everybody, it's Joe from greenlightsound.com, and in today's episode we've got a look at the Shadow Hills Mastering Compressor Class A Limited Edition from Brainworx through Plugin Alliance. That's the one on the right here. And we can tell the difference between the Class A version and the original Classic version by the LEDs. The Class A has the red LEDs. This is the old original version, which has green LEDs. This one's been around since 2011, first released through the UAD platform developed by Brainworx, then released natively recently. And then we have the new version just out as of January 2020, the Class A version. And the actual Class A hardware was distributed by Vintage King starting in 2012. That's when it came out. And it was limited to only 50 units produced. So a very boutique compressor. It features Lundahl input transformers. It's got hand-wired Mogami cable parts on the inside. So it's a really high-end compressor. So some of the descriptions that Brainworx gives about this compressor is that the VCA section, the discrete section down here, is much more punchier in this Class A version. The whole thing is just punchier, faster, and more versatile than the green version, the original. The Class A also features a smoother compression sound and greater depth of sound overall, so you might hear some effects in the stereo image once we get to playing some music through it. With both units set to identical values, the gain on the Class A is about 1 to 3 dB higher than the Classic version, and that matches the hardware. The hardware has a little bit hotter output than the original version does, and that gives it kind of a thicker and richer tone to whatever is being run through it. It also includes this bottom section from Brainworx, which they call the BX Extra unit, with some added software features like its tolerance modeling technology, mid-side processing, mono maker, stereo width, parallel mix, sidechain filter, a 12 decibel per octave high-pass filter, and a headroom control, all conveniently right down here at the bottom. So what Brainworx advises that you do is use the green on the drums bus and the red on the master channel. Now, we're going to use both on both to see if that advice is good advice or to see how these two things stack up against one another. So what I did first was pick the same exact preset. In this one, it is drum aggressive comp right here. When I chose drum aggressive comp on both, there are some slight variations between the two. So if I choose drum aggressive comp here, it actually picked a different material here, nickel, iron, and steel are the three you can choose from. So I'm going to stick it on steel just like this one to make sure we match both. So the first thing I'd like to do is engage the classic version of the plugin and listen to it on the drums mix. Same thing with the Class A version. Now I'm going to try to switch back and forth as smoothly as I can. So they're definitely very similar, but there's some slight difference between the two of them. I'm going to pick a different preset now. Another drum preset. We're going to go to drums, discrete, iron on both of these compressors and start with the classic version again. One of the things I'm noticing is that although the threshold is the same, and they're both using the discrete compressor in this preset, they're not getting the same amount of compression between both of them. The original is getting a little bit more compression than the Class A version. So what I'm going to try now is to adjust the threshold on the Class A to get the same amount of compression we're getting out of the original version. So here's the original version again. Now the Class A. Getting about a dB or two of compression. Just to compare the Class A without, here is both compressors bypassed, and then I'll engage just the Class A. Now let's try to take this preset and kind of just crush it to see if we like the amount of compression we're getting. You can always pull the parallel mix back. Without. So there we go. There's the two of them on the drums bus. And let's move over to the master channel and see if how they stack up against each other there. We've got the Class A version on the right. We've got the original version on the left. And here's a preset I picked called Mastering Medium PGM, probably for program material. And I'm going to engage first the Class A compressor. And now the classic. I'm going to boost the gain a couple notches on the classic to see if we can match gain. Remember, this one has a hotter output. Class A again. Definitely a slightly different tone to those two. I'm going to go for another mastering one. We're going to go for Mastering Discrete Steel preset on both of these. We'll start with the classic this time. Class A. Nice. Next one we have that we're going to take a look at. Let's go for Mastering Loud program. And we'll start with the Class A. Classic version. Definitely some changes going on with the stereo image between the two of them. They don't have the same sort of stage of sound. We'll do a couple more from the bus here. We're going to go for bus medium on both of these. And we'll start with the classic again. Class A. I think Brainworx is spot on saying that there's a difference in the depth of the Class A. It's got a deeper sound stage. Everything sounds a little bit fuller, a little bit thicker, a little bit more stereo. And that's matching the exact same settings in the two of these. And taking into account, there is a little bit of a gain boost, but I think it goes beyond that. So there they are, the Shadow Hills Industries Mastering Compressor Class A boutique version versus the classic version. Let me know what you think of these two compressors in the comment section down below. Let me know any questions down below as well. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you in the next one.